Oi, eu sou a Bia e no vídeo de hoje nós vamos trazer uma entrevista mega especial com um dos atores, que está envolvido em Resident Evil 4 Remake, que é o Marcio Moreno, que é a voz e o Mocap, os movimentos do Ramon Salazar, nesse novo jogo de Resident Evil 4. Antes de começar, eu vou pedir você se inscrever no canal, deixar o like para ajudar, porque isso ajuda demais. E divulga com todo mundo que você puder, pede para seus amigos, pro seu tio, pro seu marido, pro seu namorado, deixar o like no vídeo, que é para poder o YouTube engajar mais e mais. Esse vídeo ele tem um alcance bom, principalmente na comunidade Resident Evil, do Survival Horror, que a gente possa continuar trazendo esse material aqui, porque isso nos motiva e nos ajuda demais, tá? Mas sem ladainha, vamos lá começar o vídeo.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Marcio Moreno, and for those who don't know yet, I play Ramon Salazar in the remake of RE4. I'm a local Vancouver actor for the last 13 plus years. I grew up in Argentina, and here I am. Very excited to talk to you guys about the game, share my thoughts and feelings, and let's do this.
Primeira perguntinha é clássica: em que ano e como surgiu a oportunidade de interpretar Ramon Salazar em Resident Evil 4 Remake?
Okay, I think it was in the year 2021. Could it be a little sooner? I got the audition through my agent for a video game, and of course, that's all they said. I did many auditions over the next year, but the original audition, it was for a ganado and some other characters, but I remember this ganado in particular because it's that scene where Leon goes inside the house looking for the cop, and this fella is there going to the fire with an axe. Yes, that was me. I was chopping meat for the audition. So I was standing right here with a friend of mine. My apron dirty with blood. I have a machete and I have a cutting board, and I'm like just making the noise until our hero walks in, and I turn around and rah, and I attack. So then they made me do a couple of short videos of me just speaking randomly because they wanted to hear the accent. So I think they were looking for someone that could actually do the proper accent from Spain and be committed to be crazy and commit to these bigger than life characters, right? And I think I did, and that's how everything started. Okay, next.
Você já conhecia a franquia Resident Evil antes de trabalhar com ela?
Yes, I knew the franchise. I played a little bit of the RE2, but for some reason I just didn't get into it too much. So I played it a little bit and then I kind of like stopped. And for some reason I didn't go back. If I have to be 100% honest, I was a bit of a chicken when it came to horror survival games, and I remember growing up playing Doom and Quake and RE, and yeah, I wasn't enjoying it too much, so I kind of stayed away of those kind of games for a bit. And also because I was spending a lot of time playing games, like 6, 7 in the morning when you have to get up in about an hour and you're like, oh shit. So yeah. And then the movies came out, blah blah blah. Everyone knows the movie, and especially the first one. So yeah, I was familiar with it, and I wish I went back to play them sooner. So yeah, that's that. Next.
O que você achou do resultado final de Ramon Salazar no game?
I'm not sure if you're referring to the look or the end of him in the game. If you're talking about the looks, I don't really want to get into this too much. I read all the things you guys said about his new look and how he doesn't have the hat and he's looking like certain people that I'm not gonna name, but I thought it was hilarious. And my thought on that is that he looks creepy. in a weird way, in a crazy way, whatever you want to call it. But it's a remake, so it's supposed to freshen up everything in a way, keeping in mind the OG original. So I think, yes, some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. I think it just works. So yes, and then if you're talking about the end result of him in the game, I think it's a tragedy that the guy died. I mean, he's a good guy. He was just misunderstood. He was feeling lonely, and Sattler kind of tricked him. So I wish the thing went a little bit different for him. But hey, he was still cool. So yeah, that's my thought on that.
Como a Capcom descreveu Salazar para você?
Okay, so they didn't describe him too well to me. We have to request a few times before the audition, because I was reading for all their characters, and I auditioned for Luis as well. But I'm happy I got Leon, and I'm super happy that our dear friend Andre got Luis, because he just killed it and he's perfect for it. So yeah, they told me he was, actually I have it around here. Oh, there it is. Unusually small stature young man, Castilian of an old Spanish castle, devoted to the cult leader and follower of the cult. He believes himself to be a precious being since birth. And that's about it. So I had a lot of freedom with the audition. I still wasn't sure it was Resident Evil, to be honest. His name was a different name in the audition. And going in, I just prepared as I do, and then Steve helped me during the audition, going, his voice is pretty crazy up and down, so that was the biggest challenge. So yeah, that's that. What else?
Salazar, apesar de ser mega sádico, ele é um vilão divertido. Conte-nos um pouco no processo de performance do personagem, como foi dar vida a ele.
It was awesome. This is one of those opportunities that you get as an actor that like, wow, it's a dream. There was so much freedom, but at the same time, it was a challenge. I was nervous because once I knew who he was and what it was for, I was nervous because the OG is amazing. Like, the original Ramon did such a good job, and I know a lot of people loved him. I know a lot of people hated him too, just because he was a little bit annoying little kid, right? So it was intimidating because it's such an iconic character and his voice that when I had to do it, I was terrified that maybe the majority of you guys were gonna hate me. And that's just me being an actor, right? You want to do the right thing. You want everyone to like you. But anyway, eventually I ended up doing what I wanted to do and feel comfortable and have fun. That was the main thing. Just enjoy the chance and opportunity. And if you do, people are going to love you. If you love it, they're going to love you. And that was it. The biggest thing for me was the range on the voice, right? Because when I did the audition, Steve will make me go up and down, and then he said I can work with this, and that was it. So then fast forward 3 months and I'm here at home working on the lines, and I'm thinking, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Should I stay down here? Should I start up here? And then eventually I just said, just do what you do, just trust the process and just go and have fun, which is what I did. And then I remember the first day at the studio, I see Nick and Ashley, and we had this my first scene when I come in, and a most warm welcome, Mr. Kennedy. Anyway, something like that. And I remember Steve looking at me and saying, "I like that, man. Yeah." And that was it. That was the beginning of an amazing journey. So yeah.
Houve alguma preparação especial para a performance de Salazar?
Yes, there was. So I had to do a lot of research on the game. I did a lot of research on the original actor. Please forgive me if I say the name wrong. Rene Mujica. Amazing actor. Amazing voice actor. I loved what he did, and as I said, it was frightening and challenging for me to even think that I can do anything remotely as good as that. So yeah, I have to prepare with the accent. I reach out to my brother who lives in Spain to talk to his girlfriend at the time. Actually, they're still together, but so she helped me with the lines. She recorded all the lines for me to remember the accent, because I lived in Spain in my early 20s for 5 years. So now that I think about it, it was meant to be, I think. So yeah, I had to do a lot of work on the accent, and then the voice. The voice was the biggest challenge I had as an actor up to date. It was challenging. It's a different voice. Obviously, it's not my voice. It's closest to it, but depending on the emotion that the character is having at the moment is how the voice is gonna change. So once I got a hand of it and figured it out, okay, so when I'm like this, I do this. When I'm talking about that, I do that. So that was the biggest thing. And then, yeah. And then prepare all the other characters that I did as well. So it was a lot, but it was a good a lot. I loved every minute of it, and I never imagined the end result and what Capcom did and the way it looks and so cool. So I'm having so much fun playing the game, and just. And hearing from you guys that you guys are loving it, oh man, it's just, you can't ask for anything else as an actor. I'm loving it. Thank you.
Você mudaria o final trágico dele?
Well, yes, I would. As I said before, I mean, he really has to die. I mean, maybe he could have just survive. Let's put it this way. I think we can live it as is, but I'll be so down to have a spin-off. Ramon Salazar's spin-off. Ramon Salazar's Castle Part 2 with a bunch of cool characters, and you get to play and hang out with Ramon. So that would be awesome. If I can change that, that would be sick. But, you know, it makes sense that he has to die. Of course, you have to go through all the bosses. So, I mean, we can't really change that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm down to change anything if you guys push that and make that happen. And when I mean to change anything, it's for him to be back. I would love to step back on his shoes. I had so much fun playing Ramon that, yes, any day I will play Ramon again. What else?
Em relação à atuação, qual a principal diferença na hora de interpretar o Ramon Salazar humano e ele na versão criatura? Conta pra gente.
Well, I mean, I guess the size, because to be honest, for me, it was pretty similar in a way that it's the same Salazar. It's just when he's the monster, everything is bigger. His cockiness is bigger. his insecurity can be bigger. So everything is just way bigger, and he just, if he thought of you as a peasant, then you're not even a peasant. You're like a little dust, like a little ant right there. You're nothing. Literally, you're nothing. So everything is way over the top when he's a monster. He thinks he's just the best. So that was pretty fun to do, because I had a lot of fun with it. And of course, when he started losing is when everything that is negative about him in his own mind, it became bigger. So if he was self-conscious about his height or his age or his look, everything multiplied. It made it worse. So when it was good, it was amazing, and when it was bad, it was the worst. If that makes sense.
Você tem alguma coisa em comum com Salazar?
I guess I could say that I live alone in my own castle, and as an actor, I don't want to say, maybe I shouldn't say as an actor. I'm gonna speak about me and what this career has done to me. It can be, for me, a lonely career, because I'm pursuing this. I left behind my family, my friends, and I've been alone since I'm 18, and here I am. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm super grateful about everything that this career has given me so far, with a price. So I guess comparing it to Ramon, yes, it can be lonely at times, and oh man, this is hard. I guess that's the main thing. Being misunderstood sometimes, and yeah, let's leave it at that. Having your own castle and not having your family, and yeah, and being a challenge. It's a challenge. It can be a challenge sometimes to maintain a healthy relationship with someone that is not part of your family in that castle, because you are so into this cult and plaga that for me is the career that can make other people feel not as included as they should be, and it could end as Salazar. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It kind of makes sense for me about a minute ago. Anyway, let's move on, because that was weird.
Muito obrigada pela entrevista, e por fim eu gostaria que você enviasse uma mensagem para nós, fãs brasileiros.
We're done, guys. We are done. Thank you so much for having me, for listening to me, and yes, thank you for you guys. Thank you to the fans. Brazil, you guys have the biggest fan base, one of the biggest fan bases in the world. So, Obrigado. Thank you for your support, your love, your caring. Keep rocking. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to hear from you all and do more of this. Thank you for having me. I hope I answered the questions, and this was brought to you by Via Play, your daily dose of horror survival. Thank you guys. Take care. Have an awesome day, and we'll speak soon. Tchau, tchau.
E é isso, galera. Essa foi a nossa entrevista com o Marcio, né, o ator de Salazar em Resident Evil 4 Remake. Eu espero que vocês tenham gostado. Tá? Não esqueça de deixar o like e pedir para seus amigos também deixar o like, para poder que esse vídeo engaje bastante e alcance muitos fãs de Resident Evil. Um beijinho e até a próxima, galera. Tchau!